It's Tuesday, May 25th. This is The Street Live. I'm Catherine Ross, and I'm joined, as always, by Jim Cramer. Jim, what are you watching in the markets today?
I'm watching a resurgence of what I regard as being the crypto meme names, led by GameStop, which is up a quick 12, AMC, which is up a huge percent, up another $1. It looks like these guys are back. I regard these as all one piece. You've got Kathy Wood, who's doing good today with her kind of monster growth names. You've got the meme stocks doing well. And you've got the Coinbase and the various cryptos doing well. And that's monopolizing a lot of the younger people. And I suspect that this is going to be a very good day for them.
Well, let's focus in on crypto, Jim, because you said that that is what young people are focused on, and obviously that's the case. So you also brought up earlier this morning that there's no regulation and we need to shine a light on this space, which is an ongoing conversation that you and I have been having between kind of knowing who's buying, who's selling, especially when we've got Elon Musk tweeting. And speaking of his tweets, last night he said that he spoke to Bitcoin miners in North America and they committed to publish current and planned renewable usage. I don't know if we've talked about the environmental impact of crypto, Jim. So what do you think about this?
I think it's overrated as something that they care about. I think this is really a case where they care about money and speculation. I have cared about it and have mentioned that I think there should be carbon capture to try to do it. And the Chinese have all coal plants and they're spending a fortune to mine. But what I care about is which is the one that's the hottest. The current, where do you store it? How much money you get when you buy it for interest, and overall just kind of like the susceptibility of younger people to lose any interest in common stocks and really focus on which one of the cryptos is hot today. And the fact is that Coinbase is up 7, which tells you that maybe it did get recommended, but maybe there's hope because that stock's been a real dog.
Well, I'm glad that you bring it up because I do want to talk a little bit about that overweight note that we got from JP Morgan that you just talked about. But you liked the piece overall. You noted that it hasn't really helped the stock that it's been so exposed to crypto, and we've seen this kind of dip in crypto so far. But Jim, if we do see crypto bounce back, do you think that this stock has room to run further than what we're seeing today?
No, I happen to think Coinbase said there was a lot of insider selling. The market took off incorrectly. It was a direct listing. Very, very hard to judge those. I didn't want anyone to pay north of 360. Thank heavens they didn't, because it then went up through the 400s, comes already back down. But they are ones that fight. They're fighting for regulation. And I'm working on trying to understand more of this Tether outfit, which apparently is a little bit less regulated. But I do find that the fascination with this thing is so great that when you focus on a Coinbase, you're focusing on an industry that is incredibly unregulated and is very Wild West, and I don't really trust. But viewers want us to know about it, and they want to be led, and they want to know what's happening. So I'm giving it to them because I'm not pandering. I am just where people want to be. People are not interested in the fact that I like Estee Lauder, which is up a quick 12 points because we're going to the opening phase of the world. They want to know what to do with Ethereum. And so I have to study Ethereum as if it's Estee Lauder.
Well, Jim, let's talk a little bit about Tether because you were tweeting about it quite a bit yesterday, and you're actually asking people for their views on Tether. What did you learn based on your experiences on Twitter?
Nothing. Those people are just morons. No one gave me anything of any value. Most of them just castigated me. Periodically, there'll be someone who says that it's a scam, but mostly the inspiration is just to say something new bad about me. And I don't play for dinner, and I don't really care. I had hoped that I would get some insight, but I think that let me see, I'm trying not to say moron. The fascinatingly stupid people and angry people who confuse insulting me with any sort of insight is rather incredible. And if we were back in the schoolyard, I would beat the bejesus out of every one of them.
Well, then let's move on to a more positive note, and that I want to talk about your real money column, because overall you said that you're focused on the 7 reasons that the market is looking up. Now, in terms of buybacks, you said, and I'm now quoting you, now flush with cash, they want to share it with shareholders. Their removal of stock truly didn't start until the pandemic subsided. The more it diminishes, the more they buy. Between consumers being more flush with cash and companies having a nice padding, Jim, do you think that this is the start of the roaring 20s, and can we keep up this bullish momentum for the next 6 months?
It's been roaring for ages. I mean, it's been the roaring 20s. I'm saying that it has further to go, but it's been, we're in one of the greatest stock expansions I've ever seen. And I do think that a lot of the stocks have overrun people's targets, and maybe they're stalled, but I can go right down. Let's just go right down. Go one of my columns. Chipotle, 1340. I think that goes to 1500. BP, 26. Good quarter. I think you go to 30 very easy. Apple, 126. That's a $140 stock where it's getting the same multiple as Clorox. Home Depot, this did not react correctly to its quarter. Probably up another 10%. Bank of America's just on fire. Pfizer, why is that below 40? Yeah, the Nucor continues to go higher because it's usually a 2-year cycle, and that is the strongest stock in the S&P 500. I mean, Boeing up 5. I do think there's going to be a series of new orders coming, and China's going to have to come to the table because they need them. I mean, over and over again, I've got more positives than negatives, and that's what is important.
So we did say that we'd continue to discuss Amazon when we got more news, and now we're nearing it. It sounds like they're nearing the deal to buy MGM for $9 billion based on reports. So I do have to say, though, Jim, I think that the excitement isn't there, in part perhaps because of this Warner Discovery deal that we recently saw. But as an investor in Amazon, are you really keeping your ear to the ground for this deal?
No, I don't really care. I think that they must like the library. They're very good at trying to understand what a library could do, certainly better than me. But I don't really care about it. Amazon's a gigantic company. Wake me when they do something significant. This is less significant than owning Whole Foods. Maybe they want something. Maybe they want a Bond movie. I don't know. But MGM has sucked for a long time.
So Morgan Stanley, a stock that you do like, is Morgan Stanley's note on Gap, and that Gap might beat on consensus, but that's not going to matter, you said. So you noted that it's only really mattered in a positive sense for Target. That's
what Kimberly Greenberger says. I think it's going to matter. I've been saying that Gap is going to be strong. Kimberly says it's not. I like her, but I think Kimberly is underestimating the strength of Gap. I think that Gap's going to be very good. And I look forward to what I regard as being a continuation of a remarkable move. I mean, the stock is up gigantically. It's up 64%. It's not done. I think there's more to it. So I'm not betting against the Gap here.
So we're seeing it up today about 1.6% to $33 a share. What levels would you consider buying at, Jim?
Right here.
Right here? Where would you stop buying? Is that a better question?
I've said over and over again, I like the lag trade. I like L Brands, I like American Eagle Outfitters, and I like Gap. And this is something ever since Matt Boss, who's the JP Morgan retail analyst, he recommended this, and we recommend this. L Brands were up about 50, American Eagle were up about 100, and this one we're up very big too. And Matt is telling me, listen, don't give up the ship. There's more ahead. And Matt is very good. So I'm going with Gap stores.
Okay, but Jim, where would you stop buying? What's the levels too high for people to jump into this stock?
Well, I don't know. They're about to report. I mean, let's take a look at what they have to say, and then we can make a good determination. No sense of doing it ahead of their report on Thursday.
All right, so we're going to bring this stock back up on Friday. So, Jim, you talked about ROBLOX on Mad Money, and you tweeted that investors should watch it run. So with this company growing so quickly, how should investors approach this stock?
I would buy it right here. It's down. I think that's wrong. It hit its all-time high earlier. I'd buy some right now and buy some lower, and I'm going to try to get this in the bullpen for action alerts if it comes in, because I think that ROBLOX is got an ecosystem that is worth a fortune. Right now it's a $50 billion stock, so it's not inexpensive. But I do think that that Bazooki has built a company that is meant for every child on this planet. Now it's starting to get a little bit older. You can be 13, 14 and be on it. So I think there's a lot here. I think a lot of parents like kids to be on ROBLOX and not be on TV.
So as you pointed out on Mad Money last night, Jim, we have seen over 480 IPOs this year, and you're happy with the slowdown in SPACs. So you're feeling pretty good about the market right now. Give us a sneak peek into what AAP is looking at in this market.
Yeah, remember, I believe that, we're supply constrained. There's just not as much supply as people think there are in stocks. For AAP, I mean, we were going to buy some Wynn yesterday. It ran away. We were going to buy some Estee Lauder. It ran away. We thought about buying some Microsoft, but that ran. So I guess I'm like taking a, it was easier to come up with sell ideas than buy ideas. And I was struck by how many ideas were on the buy side and not, that I just could not, that I've been restricted on. I mean, I restricted on Wynn. It just crushed me. I think Wynn's so good. I think that people should be buying Wynn. I think Applied Materials is very right with that buyback. That looks very good. So they're the ones right now that I think are really excellent.
All right, and we're now heading over to our Action Alerts Plus Daily Rundown show over on ActionAlertsPlus.com. We are going to be digging into the exact actions that Jim and his team plan to take today. So if you're interested in that, come join us. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Catherine Ross, and we'll see you tomorrow.